This chapter 7 is divided into two subtopics. The first one we have learned about dispersion here. You learn on constructing histogram and frequency polygon. After that, you learn how to compare and interpret, and then we learn construction of ogive for group data. So this is what we are going to continue here. 7.2 about measures of dispersion. So it's there are 5 points in measures of dispersion. So today we are going to learn on how to determine the range, the interquartile range, variance, and standard deviation for group data. This is not new to you anymore, right? You have learned this in Form 4, the range, interquartile range, variance, and standard deviation. What is the difference? The difference is for group data, the one that have plus. Before this, the one that for ungroup data is very simple. You determine the range using the highest value minus the smallest value and so on. So today we are going to look at group data. Okay, one part only. And now we look at interquartile range for group data, how to find out the range and interquartile range. Okay, for example 9 here, Pak Hamidi has recorded the maze of pineapples that he harvested from his farm. So you can see this graph is showing the mazes of pineapples. The following frequency table and ogive shows the data that he obtained. Determine the range and interquartile range from the data. So they give you both the frequency table and the ogive. You need to find out the range and the interquartile range. So the range is simple. For group data, what you need to do is you need to find the midpoint of the highest class and also the midpoint from the lowest class. So the range will be the midpoint of the highest class minus the midpoint of the lowest class. Okay, it is like this. And then you can get the answer already. Okay, 900 plus 999, you divide by 2. This one, 400 plus 499, you divide by 2. So you will get 949.5 minus 449.5. It is equal to 500 gram. Okay, that is range. Range is easy. Next, we have to find the interquartile range. So to get the interquartile range, you need to get from the ogive. So from the ogive, we are going to find the first quartile and also the third quartile. How to get the first quartile? You are going to use 1/4 multiplied by the cumulative frequency of AT. So 1/4 times AT, you are going to get 20. Okay, this is what we have. You are going to get 20. So you move it to the right and you get the reading of the first quartile, which is 614.5. Same things go for the third quartile. You are going to use 60. Not 60, sorry. You are going to use 3/4 times 80. So we are going to get 60. You move it to the right. So you get the third quartile at 09.5. Okay, so this is the working. So to get the interquartile range, is equal to the third quartile minus the first quartile, just like what you learned before. Okay, at 09.5 minus 614.5. So you can use your calculator lah. At 09.5 at 09.5 minus 614.5. So the answer is 195. And then 195, you refer to the mass. The mass is in gram. 195 gram. Any question, class?
No.
All right. So range, interquartile range, that is all about it. We move on to variance and standard deviation. Okay, variance and standard deviation is just like what you learned in Form 4 also. The formula is exactly the same. Variance, okay, this is the symbol, variance squared over here, is equal to sigma frequency times x squared over the total frequency. Sigma means total, and you minus, what is this?
Mean.
This is mean, correct. This one is mean squared. So remember, when you want to find out the variance, you need to find out the mean first as usual. Same thing when you were asked to find out standard deviation, you need to find the mean first. So you can see here, x represent the midpoint of the class interval. So this is important. Previously, your x is just the value of it directly for ungroup data. But right now, it is group data. So for group data, your x right now is midpoint. You need to remember this for the class interval. F, still the same. It represents the frequency. And then this symbol here, the x with the stroke up there, means the mean of the data. Okay, so the only new thing is the x right now. What is the x again? What is the x, class?
Midpoint.
Correct. So we are going to use it on that. Now you look at example 10 here. The frequency table below shows the volume of water to the nearest liters. So this is the volume of water with liter, and then used by a group of families in an housing area. So it shows the number of families over here. Calculate the variance and standard deviation of the data. Okay, so I'm going to show you the, hold on, I find the Excel first. Okay, this is the one. So we just copy everything, the volume of water, all the classes over here, we copy down with the frequency given. Now we want to find 4 thing over here. Why 4 thing? I refer back to what you have seen just now, this one. Okay, first, because your original one, you have given F and the, you see, you're given the F and the number of family, the number of family and the class over here, right? So in variance, you need to find out this, the total frequency. Okay, so to find the mean, means the total fx over the total frequency. This is the mean. So we need to use this. We need to find this. This one's already have, means you have to add on the fx. This one is needed. After that, you need to find x squared, because in your graph, you only have f and x. So you need to find out fx and then the x squared. You see, because you have x squared. And then next thing, you need to find fx squared. Okay, so there are 4 things you need to add on. That is the first one, the midpoint. After that, you get the fx. After that, you get the x squared. After that, you get fx squared. So 4 things we add on. That's why in the table over here, I've already added here. We have the midpoint. Okay, then you have to find fx, you have to find x squared, you have to find fx squared. Okay, midpoint. Midpoint is the midpoint of the class. So 150 minus to 159, meaning that you add up both of them, you divide by 2. 159 plus 150 divided by 2 equal to?
15.5.
Yes, 154.5. So the rest will be the same. We just carry on. This is 164.5, followed by 174.5, 184.5, 194.5. What is the last one?
204.5.
Yes, 204.5. Okay, then we need to get fx. Fx means 8 times 154.5. So you can get from the calculator, 8 times 154.5. We will get 1236. Okay, 1236. So I'm going to just put formula for this one, equal to this times this. Okay, so we will get all the value there. Next, we are going to get x squared. X squared means the midpoint, you squared it. So just now we have 154.5. 154.5, you just need to square it. The answer will be 23870.25. So 23870.25. Okay, so now here I'm going to put formula also is equal to x squared. Let's multiply the same thing. So we will get the value like this. I drag it down. Okay, next, fx squared. Fx squared, you just take the frequency, multiply by the x squared. So it will be 8 times 23870.25. So I just put formula over here. 8 times this. So we will get 190,962. Okay, I drag it down. So these are all the answers that we have. After that, if we refer back to the formula over here, we need to find you look at the sigma, the one with sigma. Sigma, this one, meaning we have to look for the total frequency of this total fx squared. We have to look for the total f. Anything else is needed? Total fx. Okay. The mean, we need this. So we need 1, 2, 3 to find the total. Means the total frequency times x, and the total frequency f squared. Okay, so we go back here. Total frequency we need to find out. So I just put formula. You find out the total frequency. You calculate it on your own. So it will be 95 for this one. Total fx is the same thing, equal to So is I missed this out. Okay, and then the last one, same thing, find out the total. So we will get all of this total. It's a very long figure over here. Okay, now I'm going to move it to the whiteboard. So this is our work from what we have. You already find out all the total for each of it. So this is the total frequency. The next one is total frequency times the midpoint. This one is the total frequency multiplied by the midpoints squared. Okay, now we want to get the variance. So before we get the variance, we must get the mean, because in the variance there is a formula for the mean. So the mean will be the total fx, this one, total fx divided by total frequency, 95. Therefore, I just show it to you very fast, because later on we need to use calculator. So you can see from here, is it big enough for you to see? Okay, so mean is total fx divided by f. So 170,470.5 divided by 95, we will get 183.34 liter. Next, we want to find the variance. The mean we are going to substitute into the formula here. So formula for variance is the total fx squared. This is total fx squared. Copy down the value here. Divide by the total f. You divide by 95. And then you minus the mean. So why don't they use 183.34 over here? Why don't they use 183.34? But then they use this one. Why? Do you understand why?
It is not squared.
It is not squared? No. Any other answer?
More accurate.
Yes, very good. Who answered that? Who gave me that answer just now?
It was natural.
Oh, thank you, Nasru. Yes, this one is more accurate, because you can see 17417.5 over 95. Let's see how much is the answer. 17417.5 divided by 95. We will have more decimal places. It is 183.3421,053. But then this one, they already rounded it off. So in your working, for all of this, when you want to find a mean, your mean should be referring to the step before the answer of the mean. Okay, because this one is more accurate. Next, so after you have minus it, the mean must be squared. You are going to get this value. Okay, and then you round it off to 2 decimal places. For this chapter, everything you round it off to 2 decimal places. Not like the trigonometry. Trigonometry, you have to give a 4 decimal places. That will be more accurate. Okay, so next, the standard deviation, because variance is squared, right? That's why they have a little squared over here. Okay, that is the value of the unit. Then we want to find the standard deviation. We have to square root the variance so that there's no more squared over here. So you just square root everything. You square root the original answer from here. That's why you can see the square root is 229.1855956, not 229.19 like the last answer here. Okay, if you use the last answer from there, you won't get an accurate number. That's why you have to start from here. Okay, to replace this part, and you will get 15.14 liter, correct to 2 decimal places. Do you have any question, class?
No.
No. Okay, now take out your calculator. We are going to practice using calculator. Sometimes, don't you think it's very troublesome when you are asked to find out the standard deviation and the variance? You have to go through all the table like this. You have to build the table, and then you get the value of the total of fx and total f. After that, you get the answer. It's very troublesome, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
so let us practice using calculator. You can exclude this if they didn't require it. You can directly find out the mean, variance, and also the standard deviation. Okay, I'll make it bigger for you. Now take out your calculator. If you have anything on top, you just make sure you press, still remember what to press, Shift. You can see CLR here, means you clear. And then you choose 3, clear up everything, and equal. And then you press the AC key. So you clear up all your memory. Everybody clear up your memory first? Okay, now let us start. When you want to insert the data, okay, from the table given, this is the table given, okay, or you can use this one. Directly we use this table, easier for us to see. So you press mod, you can see stat here, represented by number 3, okay. We are going to choose 3, and then you can see there are a lot of things displayed. You are going to choose 1 minus var, so choose 1. From here, you're going to see this X over here, which is 1 column only. Are you here, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Right. But then this is not enough because we need 2 columns to key in the midpoint, the X, and also the frequency. We need to add in the frequency. To do that, you need to press Shift, Mod again. Now, we are going to choose the down arrow to get the next statistic. Can you see number 4 here, stat? So press 4. They will ask you whether you want to on the frequency or not. So choose 1 to on it. So you have a frequency at the back. You all have this?
Yes.
Okay, now we are going to insert the value of both the midpoint and frequency. So this one you can do it on your own. This one is easy. Like X over here, I'm going to insert 154.5. So just press 154.5, and then you press the equal sign to insert the data. So you can see 154.5 displayed. So you just continue with 164.5 and so on until the end. 174.5. 184.5, 194.5, 204.5. Done?
Done.
Okay, then you use your arrow here to move it to the right. We are going to insert the frequency. You can move it up to the first data again. So the frequency will be add. Same thing, you just need to press add and then equal for you to enter the data. So add followed by 12, enter, 15, enter, 24, enter, 20, enter, 16, enter. Done?
Done.
Done.
Okay, good. So you can see all the data is already displayed over there. Now what you do is you can just AC it means you go back to the blank screen. The data is kept already. After that, you press Shift 1. So shift 1 over here, you can see a lot of things over here. I just want you to focus on this 3, the sum. Press 3. You can see EX squared and also EX over here. Means sigma lah. Sigma is the total, total value of X and total value of X squared. Okay, now we are going to get the total value of X over here. So I'm going to press 2. And you press equal. So we will get the total value of the frequency multiplied with the midpoint like this. 17417.5. So next time, without all of this, you just need the midpoint. Actually, midpoint you also don't need because you know that is the number, the value in between 154.5, 164.5. So you will get this 17417.5 from there. But how do we get the total frequency? To get the total frequency, you go to shift. After that, you press 1 again. Oh, we go back to what we have just now, that shift 1. Then you press 4, the var here. I press 4. So you can see we have 4 things given. Number 1, n. N is the total frequency. Number 2, this is the mean. Number 3, this is the standard deviation symbol, standard deviation for X. Okay? And then number 4, we have SX over here. So I'm going to choose 1 to represent the total frequency. So you don't have to depend on the table anymore. You have the value here. You have the total frequency. Press 1. Press equal. You can see 95. So you can insert all of this already and you get the answer. Okay. Now, to get the mean is easy. You don't even have to calculate. Just press shift 1 like just now. Go back to 4 again. We have the mean here. So you just need to press 2 equal. Directly you get 183.34. It's the same. So first one, we already get it. Do you have problem?
No.
No, Now we are going to enter the second one to get the variance. Okay, so to do that, we are going to get the fx squared here. Because this mean you already have from here. So we need to get the fx squared, this one. To get that, you press shift 1. Mostly it's shift 1, you just remember the step, shift 1. So just now we have the EFX squared, if you remember lah, go to variance number 4. And then we are going to choose, sorry, not number 4. Again, I press, sorry, shift 1. 3 first. Sorry, we want to get the fx squared. Okay, just now we choose this one to get the fx squared, the total fx. But then we are going to get the fx squared right now, the total fx squared. So I'm going to choose 1 and press equal. So you will get this value exactly the same as this. Total frequency, we got it already just now, 95. You just need to copy down. You want to refer back also can. If you want to refer back, you need to press the shift 1 for 1, like this one. Shift 1. Choose VAR 4, get the total frequency 1 equal. You get 95. Okay, now we are going to get the value of the standard deviation first, because in the calculator you cannot get variance. There's no variance. We are going to get the standard deviation. So this is the standard deviation here. I move out and let you see standard deviation. So what you do is you press shift 1. The var here 4. This is the standard deviation 3. Press equal. You will get 15.13 add round it off 15.14. This is the standard deviation. How to get the variance? You are going to get it from here because standard deviation, you square root it, right? So to get the variance, you just need to square it. So the answer, you square it, you get the variance. 229.19, round it off. This is the one. Okay, so that is how you get the answer using the calculator without have to draw the frequency table. Do you have any
Madam,
question? Yes.
I'm using the white calculator 570EX. Didn't show the option to choose variables or the variance or anything, madam.
Oh, yours is different. That one we have to try lah. Keep trying on how to get, because we have many versions of calculator. Maybe you can check online on how to get that. But for
Send,
this
madam.
version, yeah, send the class
But
week.
I got the answer.
Then how do you get the answer? Can you tell her?
After insert the data, just push the option button.
Push the function button.
Option.
Oh, the option button. Oh, you have option button. Okay, you try that out then.
Oh, okay.
Okay, good. So for
Thank
our
you.
test, this is 570. Then you press shift 1 lah. 570, you always have to press shift 1. Shift 1. Sorry, my data already lost over here. Okay, so you practice it. You have any question, class?
No.
No.
No
Okay.
questions.
Okay, good. So I'm going to check your attendance one more time. We are going to finish earlier today. Before that, before I forgot, your exercise for today is 7.2a, page 213. 7.2a, I write clearly for you. Self-practice 7.2a, page 213, your homework for today.